We didn't get the workout game. Yeah, we're going to be left hand. All right, go ahead and get your stance. I'm going to get a little bit more involved as far as words. Coach Wilson, remind me next time as soon as we start, we need to hit as soon as we start. That way we can get. I can put more time in hitting. All right, when we start, go ahead and get in your stance. We want to look at 6 things. We're going to get a checklist. First thing I need to look at, feet need to be shoulder width apart. Do you have that? Feet, a little bit more than shoulder width apart. So a little bit more, okay? Next thing, try to take your feet, pinch and toe them in a little bit. So I want your balance to be inward. Can you do that for me? I don't need you to be looking like this. Don't look like you have to use the bathroom. Just a little bit of inward balance. Number 3 at the bottom half. I need you to make sure that your weight, now look, it's up to you coaches, this is a style. You can either be 50-50, I teach 60-40, we definitely don't want to be anything more than 50-50 forward. I teach 60-40 because depending on what the pitcher throws me, I have a little bit of weight to get to 50-50. Once I break 50-50 and I'm 49-51, I am called lunging. So I don't want to ever get to this point. So I'm going to start them not 70-30, I'm 60-40, that means this back leg is bent, this one's a little bit more straight. To make sure I'm not leaning back, I take this hip and I raise it up. So my hips now look like this. This hip is down, this hip is up a little bit. So how do you get to 60-40? Look at me. You're going to think I'm silly. Shake your hip back and sit. Shake your hip back and sit. Don't lean and sit. Shake your hip back and sit. Got it? Now, checklist for the bottom. Are you ready? 60-40, pigeon toe, shoulder width apart. Now, how do you know if they're less than shoulder width? So Carly's just doing this. Carly, get in your stance for me real quick so I can see. When Carly gets there, give me 60-40. See how her knee is over the top of her foot? She's too narrow. When you're 60-40, you ought to be able to put your back, touch your big toe, and touch your knee. And that back's still straight up and down. If your knee touches the back right over the top, you're too narrow. 60-40 means your knees are inside your toes. That's inward balance. Outward balance is I'm on top. That's not so good. That means I can go like this. Inward balance means I can go like this. See how my head stays still? Well, it's still going up and down, but it's not swaying. That's what we want. All right, with the hands. Remember knocking knuckles? We talked about knocking knuckles. Back knob. Where's the back knob need to be? Knob needs to be positive or negative? It's a big deal. It's a style, but it's a necessity to me. But it is a style. You're going to have people that are going to tell you to have your back knob pointed in different spots. I want the back knob positive. I want it at the ball. Always at the ball. Not down, definitely not back. And we watched last time, as soon as they swung, guess what they started doing? Take the knob back. That makes you slower. That makes this front arm bar. That means I am now pulling off the ball with my shoulder to get the bat head done. Keep this here so I can go straight to the ball. I'm going to do this really fast. You ready? See how I'm going to the ball? Gotta break your arms off. Okay, so I'm going to go boom. Once I go boom, that comes around. But don't let. What's the quickest way from A to B? A what? Quickest direction or quickest route from A to B is a straight line. See this? So here it is. Knob, straight line, barrel. This is not quick to a straight line. See that? That's not, you're not going to go to come to A if you're standing at B. Parents get me. Knob at the ball. Positive knob. Knob at the ball. Make sure you're knocking knuckles. We talked about knocking knuckles. Number 3, I'm going to give it to you. Your thumb has to be how far away from your head? You want to be able to touch it. Right there. This keeps your arms in an L. Everybody's going to tell you all these things. If you do these little things, that keeps everything where it's supposed to be. If you keep your knuckles knocking, that keeps your hands where they're supposed to be when you rotate. If you keep your thumb touching somewhere on your neck to the top of your head, that keeps your arms in the letter L. That's where you need to be in launching position. Okay? And if you keep your knob where it's supposed to be, it keeps your hands from getting further from your head. It keeps your knob from getting away. And that's basically it. As we're doing all this, notice what the elbows look like. Remember when we were kids? This couldn't be any higher, could it? Get your elbow up. Get your elbow up. That's out the door. Nobody swings like this. What's the first thing that back elbow does when she swings? It goes down, so start it down. Otherwise, you start what's a counterbalance. When this one goes back down, watch the front one. See this now going on? Just keep them down. They're both going to go down anyway. I'm driving down with my hands, so keep both elbows down. Stay away from doing this. Plus, if you do this, watch my fingers. Are they knocking knuckles anymore? No. And they're not going to rotate. People that do this usually are dead pull hitters. Okay? All right, ready, stance. Show me your checklist. Knocking knuckles. Can you touch your thumb to your face somewhere? Your ear. Are your thumbs really long? When I say stance. Trigger! How long are your thumbs? Now. Now where's your knob at? Now. You can put a ball on that if you want. 3 of you have to put a ball on there. Stance. Ready? Touch your ear or touch your neck. There's someplace there. You can even touch your shoulder. Somewhere here. As long as both arms make it let it go. Trigger! Watch your, where's your knob at now? It never comes off that ball, guys. Go! Freeze! Don't move. Now how do you finish? How do we talk about finishing?
Let go of your back.
All of our two-handers. What do you want as a coach? Do you want 2 or you want 3? Or are you just whatever? If you want them to start out and be consistent, how do you want them? They have more power the longer they get. The shorter they are, the more their hands don't extend. So watch my hands. You want length, get out. It's very hard for them to go long, and then they go. It doesn't come back like that. Okay, so if we want them long, we'll get them long. If you want them with 2 hands, we'll teach them how to do 2 hands right. But they have to get long and rotate over quick. So, most people don't swing with 2 hands correctly, but there is a way to do it. Okay, ready, stance. When you're done, elbow forward, hand back, knees touch. You got it? How many people we have with Carlisle? Is Carlisle here yet? Viper?